This is Corey here with Concert Crep. I'm speaking with Matthew Saunders, and the next thing we are going to talk about is the big event happening tomorrow, Self-Help Festival in San Bernardino at the NOS Events Center. A Day to Remember is headlining. Matthew, my correspondent, is going to be at the show. How excited are you for the show, Matt?
Oh, I'm very excited, especially just to see Under Oath with Aaron Gillespie right back on behind the drum kit. I want to say it's been 7 years since Aaron's played with Under Oath in SoCal, so this is going to be a really big event too.
I hate to I'm not really bashing these bands. I know they have like a respectable community of fans, but they're just another band that I can't really get into. Under Oath, they've had so many albums and so many fans. I know they went on a short hiatus for the last couple of years, but they're back with a vengeance as well, just like Seosin, but they're just a band I have not really gotten into. I'll watch them live. Like, I enjoy seeing them live, but continue. Go for it.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody's got their own opinions. Everybody's got their own taste. But I feel like where you're coming from, too, is kind of like the same like realm with like Thursday. And I feel like that's why Thursday as a band was, for anybody that never got the pleasure or fortune to listen, but Thursday was another post-hardcore band that was in the realm of Under Oath during the time of like the mid-2000s, I guess you could say, and they recently broke up a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was just trying that into just Under Oath too. Like, everybody's got their own opinion, but I felt like both Under Oath and Thursday influenced a lot of bands that are on the bill right now too, and I feel like they paved the way for everything that's going on, especially Day to Remember too, because Under Oath started in the late 90s in Florida, and they basically gave A Day to Remember. Well, they didn't give it to them, but they influenced the heavier parts, like Newfound Glory influenced the pop punk parts of A Day to Remember, and then Under Oath, the more harder, like hard hitting. And I feel like that's really essential. It's kind of like full circle why they're on the bill on A Day to Remember's like festival, just like after all these years, like just bringing it full circle back. So that's why I'm excited for Under Oath.
Who else are you excited for?
I'm glad you asked. There's this small band who's opening called Night Verses, and I don't know if
I don't know much about them. Tell me about them.
They're a really talented band. I was gonna point out the main fact too, that their drummer Eric, he's really talented. I don't know if you saw the viral video that's been going around too, but Eric, he's basically he put on a GoPro and he's doing like a drum solo, and like in the mid drum solo he gets up like from his his kit. He has a kit in front of him, a kit behind him. He does like a backflip and like goes to the second kit and keeps playing. He doesn't miss like a beat. So, that's just like a good indicator of like how good this band is. And
are you hoping he does that at the show if you catch them?
That would be really amazing. It sounds like it'd be a lot of hard work to set up, but no, this guy, he's really good. And then Eric also too, the Italian who else is playing, he filled in before Lionel was part of Let Live when they did that Australian run a couple of years ago too. So just kind of that realm of music. Yeah, definitely excited for Let Live. Been listening to Let Live a lot. Just their earlier material. Also, The Black is Beautiful.
They're local boys, so they're always good to see live. Those guys put on
really
crazy shows. I think Aaron Butler, lead singer, he goes nuts. He jumps all over the crowd. He's a crazy guy up on stage. I love seeing Let Live live. They put on great stage presence.
Yeah, I'm also not the biggest fan of Thy Art is Murder, but definitely had the pleasure of seeing them with their former guitarist on the last tour they did with Parkway Drive.
And their former lead singer, because he left the band after that a little
Actually,
bit.
that's what I meant to say. A former lead singer and guitarist came out accidentally. So it'd be kind of cool to see, just a new turn of direction, new sound.
Who's the head man of that one, right?
Exactly. Tonight Alive's always good to see.
Dude, that's the band. If I went to the show, unfortunately I can't. I got other commitments. Tonight Alive would be the band that I want to see, because I barely started listening to them about a month ago, and I just got their new album Limitless. I have been listening to that nonstop for the past 2 weeks. It's been out like for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I've been listening to that nonstop, and I'm so upset that I'm not going to be able to see them. They're going to be right down the street, and unfortunately I'm not going to see them, but yeah, I'll definitely catch them next time.
They put on a really good show too, and they're it's funny that you mentioned that album too, because like a lot of their like like hardcore original fans were kind of upset with a new turn of direction. I thought that it was a pretty good move for them too, trying to branch out their horizons and try something, different than what they've done the past 2 albums too. But it's definitely got a lot of people talking too. I'm glad it resonated well with you, because I thought it was a pretty good album.
I hope you hardcore fans don't love me, because I barely started listening to them, and this is the only album I've really listened to them to from them. So I hope you guys don't hate me for that. I'll definitely catch up on the other albums. Don't worry, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still hooked on this one.
Yeah. Not the biggest fan of Crown the Empire, but I definitely like all the theatrics that they put into their shows.
They're another band I kind of hate that I'm not seeing, but continue.
Moving on, Yellow Wolf. Not sure how you guys are big on Yellow Wolf too, but I definitely had the pleasure of seeing Yellow Wolf open for Blink-182 when they had that first couple shows back with Matt Skiba. Definitely a really big fan of Yellow Wolf. I feel like he's really talented too, and most likely I feel like Travis Barker is going to be drumming for him that day, because he's pretty much I think he is a permanent drummer for Yellow Wolf, but don't quote me on that one. Regardless, I've known that he's consistently toured with him.
They're good friends, definitely.
Yeah. August Burns Red too. Oh my gosh.
August Burns Red's always amazing live.
Always amazing.
I've seen them, I think, 10 plus times live.
And
put on a great show every single time.
And they just keep getting better.
And they sound almost exactly like they do. Unfortunately, I feel like the lead singer, Jake Lurs, is kind of losing his voice. I feel like they need to go in the direction of Bring Me the Horizon so he does not lose his voice within the next 10 years. But that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, that or see a medical professional. The story so far always puts on a good show, especially with their latest self-titled 2. Definitely stoked to see all those songs played in action. Wonder Years too. I've said this recently too. I definitely prefer the Wonder Years back when they were the Upsides too, but I definitely have a deep respect too of just the creative process that's gone into No Closer to Heaven, and just basically like all the emotion that's been put in that album too. I can definitely say like it wasn't one of my top in the 2015 category, but I definitely can give credit for what it is. It definitely was a really beautifully composed album. So it's definitely gonna be a treat to see these songs played live and just see the crowd's reaction to them. And yeah, that brings us to the 2 headliners, Under Oath that we talked about, and then A Day to Remember too, who most likely will be playing that new song that they premiered a week ago called Paranoid, right? Yeah, Paranoia, something like that.
Yeah, their tracks are always great.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that single that they put out?
I haven't listened to it too much, but I mean, it's A Day to Remember. They sound as pop punk as ever, and this is why they're putting on this festival, because they always sound amazing every single time they put out a new track, a new album. I don't believe they released the name of the new album or details on when it's going to be released. Is that correct?
That's correct, but I feel like they're going to drop something tomorrow, because this is like their event, and like, all eyes are going to be on them. So definitely something is going to be announced during their set. What it is, I can't say. I don't know, but I have a really big feeling something, huge is going to happen. If not during their set, during the day. But yeah, to tie back in that single, a lot of people said it was a quote unquote stick to your guns ripoff. That's debatable too, but I can definitely hear like the hardcore influences. When I first heard it, I thought it sounded really like Rise Against, and I could pair the two together and definitely see that too. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they went like this direction going on for their music, or this is just like a standalone single. But yeah, just like anything else, time will tell.
Besides the 2 headliners, what band are you most excited to see on this lineup?
The first one that comes to my mind is definitely Yellow Wolf, because he definitely spits that fire. Like you should see him live. And just if Travis is actually going to be playing with them tomorrow too, just seeing the two mixed together with just the intricate rhythms, and it's so good live. It's definitely a treat. So if you're missing out, definitely sorry about that. But yeah, Yellow Wolf most likely. Tonight Alive too. I haven't seen them perform any of their new material live, so that'll definitely be a treat. Story is always good. And then of course Under Oath. Like I said too, they paved the way for not only A Day to Remember, but so many other bands on this bill too. And just to see them, play two of their greatest albums back to back. It's going to be amazing.
You think, I don't know if they're going to play both albums. I think they only have like an hour set, but if they can cram those albums in there with very minimal talking, I think you'll get your wish. And I know a lot of you are going to the show tomorrow. This audio will probably be up a little bit after the show, maybe a day or so after. So let us know.
It will be a day to remember.
It will be a day to remember for many people. But if you guys went to the show, let us know what band you liked the most, what band you hated the most, what you enjoyed, what you wished you saw. Let us know in the comments below.